Oh, man.
Fucking happy birthday, America. It's 4th of July when this episode comes out.
That is correct, sir. Happy 4th to all you beautiful patriots out there.
Land of the free, home of the brave. Great country.
Absolutely, and what a way to kick things off there. Little Jimi Hendrix, maybe the most
I must have
famous.
picked the worst quality sound.
It was an alright quality. We may do a little overdubbing in the edit bay there. We'll credit where credit's due to the production crew. But nonetheless, I think if I remember correctly, that was on like the Monday after Woodstock was pretty much like packed up and people were just kind of like hanging around and all muddied and gross, and he just kind of hit the stage and rocked that little ditty out there.
Oh, no kidding.
I may be a little off, and maybe then he did his set. He was also probably kind of sounded like he was on some drugs of some sort.
Oh, you could see it, dude. It looked like he was having a good time,
And that's what it's all about on the 4th of July. I hope everybody out there celebrates safely, has a good time with those fireworks. I know here in Colorado, we have some fireworks shows, but the big deal this year, I don't know if you are familiar with the drone shows going on nationwide.
Fuck that gay shit. Not into it. Nope. We do fireworks.
Yes, sir. I'm a huge fan of the fireworks.
Fuck your drone bullshit, dude.
Oh, Mike.
That is some nerdy. Oh, we program these drones to fly in synchronous pattern. Like, go fuck yourself, nerds. Not cool.
It's an Independence Day tradition.
The nation's capital over the Washington Mall.
As American as apple pie.
People watch the sparkling spectacle from their windows, rooftops, and both sides of the East River.
Fireworks historically drawing thousands of Americans every 4th of July. But this year, the pyrotechnic flashes and bangs could be replaced by drone light
sounds
displays.
Terrible.
Yeah.
The high-tech, high-flying theatrics have become elaborate, eye-catching shows.
Quite frankly, some of them are more creative and more innovative than the fireworks that we see.
Air pollution, a big factor in making the switch in Imperial Beach, California last year.
There's no smoke. There's no particles falling in the ocean.
I'd rather have this.
Oh my god, I hate you. I don't even know you.
I know exactly. I can't stand these
that
people.
That one
man.
statement is like, I just want to ram you off the fucking cliff.
I need the environment very, very badly.
Experts say all those exploding chemicals and in some cases heavy metals can carry health risks in skies.
But you have no problem spraying
the
heavy
vaccine
metals.
you injected in your you're psychotic.
No problem spraying heavy metals into the atmosphere to create rain. No problem. In fact, we got some documents.
No problem
in my
putting
time.
mercury into a vaccine and then forcing everybody to take it. Yeah, no, those heavy metals are good.
So many good heavy metals out there, but not when it comes to celebrating the 4th of July in America. No. We got to be careful of those heavy metals.
You know what? Fuck this. I'm going to play your game with you. You know what? You guys are just racist because the gunpowder's Chinese. I think that's what this is.
Oh.
It's racism. This is racism.
Oh, yeah!
And this, on the month before AAIP month, the eve of AAIP, you pull this kind of racism? I won't stand for it.
Yes! Mike, you are a genius, sir, taking that play out of that playbook. Beautiful.
Already hazy with toxic smoke from Canadian wildfires.
The short-term health effects are some respiratory system problems caused by these higher concentrations.
Oh, suck on your inhaler, faggot. I know you got one. Jesus Christ.
And again,
are you kidding me, dude?
Liberals now obsessed with the air quality, but no problem with them spraying the silver up in the air to create the clouds. No issues with the clouds.
Gotta block the sun, Frank.
That's right.
What good has the sun ever done for you?
matter in the air.
Speaking of wildfires, they're another reason for extinguishing the sparks. The community of Angel Fire, New Mexico, forced to evacuate last spring as a wildfire scorched hundreds of thousands of acres nearby, taking no chances and opting for a fireless show this 4th, using drones to create quite the spectacle, all without the actual fire. Salt Lake City following suit to be conscientious of both our air quality
Dude,
and the
no,
potential
this is your
for
Impossible Burger. There is no way that Impossible Burger could ever match up to a Whopper. You know, like,
Yes.
your drone show can never meet. It might be cool, but it can never compare to just the giant boom. And then, like, the one that does the ring around the center explosion, it looks like Saturn. You know what I'm
Yeah.
talking
Oh,
about.
absolutely.
Like, those fucking fireworks are amazing. Nobody knows how these Chinese do it. It's amazing.
It is amazing, and I could care less what design you can come up with the drones. It's not impressive, honestly. It's I know that's how you're going to stage the alien invasion, so I'm not impressed, all right? The technology's been there forever. We all know. Big whoop, okay? I want to hear the explosions and see the wild, star and then the ball. Like, I'm not here for the graphics. I'm here for the bang and the lights, man.
The grand finale. Dude,
Yes.
the danger is what makes it great.
Yes. Yeah, we're all hoping something goes wrong and just everything's a grand finale in one go and the guy burns alive in the midst of it. Tragic, yes, but a spectacular show to say the least.
Listen to our national anthem. The rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air. This is how we
Yes.
celebrate it. This is how we celebrate America. I'm getting fired up.
I know,
love
just
the 4th of July.
Give us
It's my
one
favorite
day, man. God. We want the one day we want to blow shit up in the air. And we want to.
Why don't we have Independence Month? We need Independence Month. If we got Pride Month, we got Disability Month. We don't have Independence Month.
Hey, I told you I'm playing American rock all month of July in honor of this country. American-born music the entire way
Same here.
through.
And we're going to find disabled if we can, but to be honest, most of the disabled rockers, they're British. You just can't tell because they're British. Look at fucking Mick Jagger's face, dude, even when he was younger. Tell me that's not a little downsy. Just kidding.
A little bit downsy. I'll give it to you.
fires. Communities in Colorado also lighting up with the...
Of course, Colorado. God, we always have to end up in these ridiculous national
how are you guys
newscasts because we suck. This state just... Damn you, Jared Polis, you've ruined such a good state, man.
LEDs.
I have.
This place used to be about guns.
Hey, Pritzker, you need to start sucking dick. We need to get into the news more. We need a gay governor.
Colorado is in every lame-ass pussy fucking newscast that they put out where we're doing some LGBT this, or we're not doing fireworks, or we're cutting into, we're taking businesses out because they're not green enough. Like, this state is just a fucking joke. I can't believe it, man.
Previewed our show, and I'm really excited. It's going to be put to patriotic music.
A drone company there says they've been flooded with hundreds of requests for patriotic displays nationwide.
We were booked for the 4th of July 4 months ago.
Macy's, though, still the largest fireworks show in the country.
25 minutes of non-stop pyrotechnics that are going to dance across the skies.
That dazzling, flashing grand finale not going dark anytime soon.
Yes!
Yeah, real men holding flares, lighting fucking cannons, dude. That's America. Right?
Yes, dude, that's what you want to see. We wait all year for this, man.
But this guy lost his fingers. Yeah, you know how many... He's going to get so much pussy for losing those fingers, right? That's a great story.
I was just so let down by this when I came across it, especially the fact, like, of course, Colorado's in it, and Boulder, shame on you, announced that they are going for a full drone show. Womp, womp. Pathetic. Bunch of losers. Boulder, I hate to say it, but I pretty much expected it from you, so,
that's what I love about
fun.
Chicago, dude. The fucking south side, the west side, these motherfuckers have been blowing off fireworks for the past month.
Yeah,
these guys are celebrating America.
We've been hearing them all week around our neighborhood, and every year our neighborhood's really big on blasting them off throughout the evenings, but... bit disappointed by this national telecast, no doubt, I was then immediately warmed in my heart by this report from Bristol, Rhode Island, and to you, America. I'm glad we still have at least some communities out there.
These are the sights.
God bless America.
And sounds of summer in Bristol, Rhode Island.
We get to see people we haven't seen in years.
Amazing. Yeah, we wouldn't miss it for the world.
The New England coastal town bursting with pride is home to the nation's oldest continuous July 4th celebration. It goes way back to 1785, a beloved tradition, generation after generation. Bristol starts the party in June, decked out in red, white, and blue, leading up to its famous parade on the 4th.
It makes people That's how you good. Fucking celebrate a month.
Yes, man.
Yes.
I love this story.
Yes. Where is this? I'm buying a house.
Bristol, Rhode Island. Yeah, I'm moving to Rhode Island, man.
I'll see you there, brother.
4th.
It makes people feel good. It puts smiles on their face.
But there's a much
You know what it is,
deeper
dude? It's like
meaning,
just the fact that you guys do this. That's all I need to... Dude, I'm so sick of, like... We have no traditions anymore.
Yes,
you know
that's
what
made the
like
drone clip so disappointing. Like, shame on you, Boulder and Colorado. Like, what's wrong with you guys, man? Must we destroy all traditions? Must we destroy America?
They tore down the statues. Remember Chicago used to be about the, you know what I mean?
Yes.
You got Little Italy doing their Little Italy tradition thing. You know what I mean? You got the Puerto Rican parade. You know what I mean? You got now it's like, well, you can't even do Italy. You can't even do the Italian parade because they tore down the statues of Columbus.
It's just, I'd rather be a part of the culture that shoots off fireworks and builds statues. I don't like this drone culture where we tear statues down.
No, I want to celebrate America for a month.
Yes. Absolutely, man. And you know what? Especially after the spectacle that is June, I think we need a month of cleansing with some American pride and patriotism.
Absolutely, dude. Because not only the worst part about June is that in the middle of it, you got Juneteenth. So while I'm celebrating the gays, I got to stop to celebrate the blacks for this one day. They already had a whole month in February. Like it's exhausting. It's exhausting. Celebrating these little groups inside of it. Can we just celebrate America? Can we all come together and have a great big party?
Yeah, man, let's unify. We're all part of this little experiment together, man, you know?
And like your ancestors were brought here, not, as unwilling participants in this. Yeah, but everybody after them decided to stay. You are clearly deciding to stay. So be part of the team. Carry the fucking boat. All of you guys who have come from other countries, you came here for a reason. Start carrying the boat. If you were born here, you fucking won the goddamn lottery because you started off where everybody else in the world is trying to get. So start carrying the fucking boat, you know?
Amen to that. Absolutely.
A chance to honor those who have served. Ray Batcher gives tours for the Bristol Historical and Preservation Society.
Celebrating the 4th of July is remembering the men and women who sacrificed their lives, not only during the Revolutionary War, but each succeeding war after that.
Yes.
Oh, say, can you see?
Remembering also through song. With music.
And to the Republic.
And the pledge each night for 2 weeks leading up to Independence Day.
Indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Everybody's celebrating America, and that's the way it should be.
Gave proof through the night.
A community united in honoring our nation.
We need to all kind of get along and just enjoy each other, especially for the celebration of our country. And that is one day that we come together where people can relax, laugh, and enjoy each other. And it's a great day.
And the home of the brave.
Yeah.
That's an amazing clip, man. I love it.
Hats off to you, Bristol, Rhode Island. That is beautiful. I love that story, man. That's so refreshing these days.
Man, you're bringing tears to my eyes, man. That's just hope.
Yeah, there's
clip gave me so much hope.
It's a
You got
big
kids,
country.
Bring them to Bristol, Rhode Island, and raise them there. I'm telling you, that is Jesus Christ. Thank you guys. You know what I mean?
Oh, when I saw it, I knew you would appreciate it, and I feel like there's a lot of people out there that kind of need to hear it. Actually, there's some good, wholesome communities out there that you don't read about in the New York Times, and you're not seeing anyone post about it on Twitter. This is just they're there, they're everywhere.
You can hear the love for America, and they know how great it is. They're appreciative, dude. Like. That's all I hear is just this whining and complaining. We didn't get our $10,000. Go to fucking Mogadishu. You think they're crying? You think Mogadishu residents are fucking complaining about not getting $10,000 in student loan relief? Like, go fuck yourself, dude. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, man. It's
like, God, like, just have some fucking perspective. Like, this is just. Oh, God. Women should have the right to abortion. Mogadishu, they're getting their hands cut off. Okay? I don't know.
Not they're getting their hands cut off in France if you follow the news over there with the riots, but this is just a really wonderful, refreshing story to hear. Over this past couple years, especially, there's so much hatred towards this country, and, I think people get confused with their energy and their anger. It's a little displaced. I mean, you can have anger and rage towards the U.S. government, but the people of the United States, man, we are all in this thing together. We're being oppressed together by this 1%, man. We're on the same team, all of us. And so we should be proud to be Americans, but the American government is a bit oppressive these days.
Theo Von's best joke is, as a white man, I stole all your shit. If I stole all your shit, why would I move next door to you? You know what I mean? If I was oppressing you, why would I move next door?
Yeah, we're all neighbors. We're all stuck in the same bullshit traffic day in and day out, dude. Like
it's the same. We're all in the same boat, dude.
Yeah,
living paycheck to paycheck.
That's absolutely.
Yeah, you're right. And you shouldn't even be mad at the government. You could be mad at individual politicians. Be mad at the fucking garbage that's out there taking money from all these bags of cash from all these countries. Joe Biden's in the spotlight because they're trying to ruin him. But dude, go look at who was working for, quote unquote, working for Burisma.
Well,
Nancy Pelosi's son was right next to fucking Hunter.
Did you see who visited Ukraine this past weekend? It was Greta Thunberg. How dare you?
Shut the fuck up. Are you serious? What, did they pollute a river or something?
She went in there. Her and Zelensky, they joined hands and they threw coffee onto the Mona Lisa. It was beautiful. A really thick espresso, it really stained
it. They glued their hands to a Porsche
and then
the factory.
That's right. It's very, it was just very powerful what the imagery they were putting out there. No, she went and she did the same thing that Ben Stiller did and Sean Penn. It's the same photo op. The camera angle is identical. It's weirdly staged and scripted, and she walks in awkwardly. They shake hands, and hilariously, they're both the exact same height, which not great optics.
Is she in the 5'7" club? Zelensky's in the club.
Oh, is he? I didn't know he was in the 5'7".
He's my man,
Wow.
Zelensky. Zelensky. Actually, almost everybody that met with him. What's his name? Both
Ben Stiller, Sean
Ben Stiller
Penn, yeah.
and Sean Penn are both 5'7".
The 5'7" club, all the greats. Tom Cruise, absolutely. So, and Greta Thunberg, hot. Oh no, wait, I'm sorry, I'm saying it all wrong. I'm such a racist or a bigot. Greta Thunberg. For anyone who remembers.
Yeah, dude. Vladimir Zelensky's 5'7".
Doing a bit of a callback.
See, I knew I didn't like Macron. He's 5'8". I know a 5'7" when I see one. He's a liar. No, he's fucking putting shit in his shoes.
He's wearing lifts. Of course he's 5'7".
Yeah.
You could just see it.
Yeah, come on, buddy. He doesn't want to say 5'7" because he's French. Napoleon, 5'7".
I actually think you're onto something there. I think you're 100% correct on that. They probably absolutely changed his height so he doesn't get compared to Napoleon.
Oh, he had to be 1 inch taller. It's bad enough his dick is smaller. And I'm just assuming.
I'm still not totally sold on the Napoleon story. I feel like the man was done dirty by history in some weird way. I don't know.
Yeah, they're never fair to the
loser. Guys. Yeah, the short guys.
Greta Thunberg, 5'4".
Greta Thunberg. Do you remember we were doing the Greta Thunberg thing? And Amy Goodman? Thunberg.
Oh, yeah.
Thunberg. There's a new pronunciation. It's the new Kiev. Kiev.
No, fuck you guys, dude. We're assholes when it comes to like French and all the other Latin languages. You come in with them like Neanderthal, or not Neanderthal, Netherland names.
Yeah, we'll go with Netherland. Yeah, for sure. I think so.
Now, what's that area? Like Norway, Sweden?
Dutch. Deutsche.
I thought that was Germany.
I blanket it all either Swedish or Dutch. I think it covers most of that area.
Like Finland?
Yeah, that's Swedish Dutch in my book.
Yeah. I'm pretty ignorant when it comes to that area.
Me too, but I'm definitely
Finland, though, fought off the fucking Russian army, like 100 guys.
I'm definitely a dumb person, and I'm ignorant to a lot of pronunciations on an international level, but I absolutely know for a fact for 10 years it was Greta Thunberg. And then
that was before she hit 18.
Out of nowhere, Amy Goodman dropped on us, Greta Thunberg.
A little feisty now, you know?
I'm a little blown away by that one. But, it's... So Greta was there. She does the same photo op. Thunberg, how dare you? And she's there for 5 seconds. That's over with. And then, believe it or not, Mike Pence.
No.
Yes. What is
also in the 5'7" club? See, Zelensky loves the 5'7".
No, Mike Pence has got to be taller than 5'7".
No, Mike Pence, I believe, is in the 5'7".
There's no way There's no way he's 5'7". I cannot believe that for a second.
Dude, I'm gonna look it up right now. Oh, he's 5'10". Yeah, he's 5'10".
He's definitely a little bit taller than the Ben Stillers of the
I knew
world.
He wasn't cool enough.
That's right.
I knew you weren't cool enough, Mike Pence.
Mike Pence is an alien from the future.
So funny thing about Ben Stiller is, depending on the source, he's either 5'6" or 5'8". I smell a 5'7".
No, we've seen the picture of him standing next to Zelensky. They're the exact same height, man. You're fooling nobody, Ben Stiller. You're in the 5'7" club, bro.
Oh, Napoleon was only 5'6".
Wow.
Call yourself a real man there, Shrimpo? Jesus Christ.
Oh, man. Well, when it comes to real men and real men activities and real men sports, Chicago is on the national, national stage, I guess, with the current southern manly sport. NASCAR is in the Windy City. Mike, is that all anybody is talking about? I've been dying to ask you, how was the traffic this past week, man?
I just didn't leave the house.
Oh, good. You took the week off. That's perfect.
Yeah. No, dude, the roads are absolutely atrocious. Travel in and out of Chicago is just insane right now.
What a weekend to do this. 4th of July weekend? Kind of absurd.
And we talked about, I think, like the Stones are in town. There's a bunch of concerts.
Wow.
And I don't think the race went on today.
It sounds like it got rained out.
Yeah.
Get
Because it
yourself
was supposed
some
to
rain.
happen today, but it's been raining all day. Like I said, they stopped cloud seeding in Colorado.
That's right, man.
That was what, Wednesday?
I haven't seen the planes do their cloud seeding, chemtrailing patterns in probably 4 weeks at this point.
Oh, 4 weeks. So yeah. I mean, the past week, we have not stopped raining. After the longest drought ever.
And there you have it, man. I told you we
Thank
were
God.
flooding like crazy. We do have some rain on the docket, I'm sure, coming soon. I think they just paused the program. They'll be back at it. No doubt about it. I did see online, though, elsewhere around the country and maybe even the world, the cloud seeding agenda has taken a bit of a pause. It makes me nervous. I'm only thinking like a calm before the storm of some sort. Maybe they're just going to block out the sun for 6 months straight and cut the internet and black us out with some sort of EMP, and then
They're going like the
in
really
darkness.
hard. All you gotta do is set off a volcano.
Yes.
And we know how to set off volcanoes for sure.
Yes, I've seen stuff online. The government has the ability to use, basically, it's with these power, it's like lasers that they could shoot essentially into the volcano and cause it. It's like a controlled power weapon. And
I never heard about that.
yeah, man, I can't think of the exact phrase for it. It's some sort of like direct energy weapon, I think actually is what it's called. And they can essentially, from drones, fire these, what is a laser, for lack of a better word, and it directs this energy source into a volcano and causes an eruption, man.
Is there any coincidence we're now doing drone shows across the nation all on one day?
Wow, man. The drone shows is the precursor for the alien invasion, I'm telling you.
That, during the drone show, they're going to secretly microwave certain spots on Earth.
Whoa, that's a little freaky. Did you look up the direct energy weapon? It is essentially like a microwaving drone.
I did it.
It's pretty wild. It's real. This is I'm not shooting out of my well, I'm doing a little shooting out of here, but real stuff. But when it comes to any kind of major super event,
Oh yeah, it's like a laser. Pretty much, it's a laser.
it's a laser. Which we have laser technology. The military does not hide
Oh,
from that.
you know what ours is called?
What's
Thor. Tactical, high-powered, operational responder.
Thor! Yeah, and it's essentially like beaming some lightning down onto something.
It's Thor's. They should have called it Thor's hammer.
Yeah, and Thor's hammer.
Because the guy pushing the button is Thor. The weapon would be Thor's hammer.
Yo, good
launching
call.
the lightning.
Yeah. That's a lot of extra words you have to do for that acronym, right?
Oh yeah, heavy artillery missing.
Yeah, exactly. There's some creative folk in the military. I think they could come up with it, but I like your
come up
angle.
with good acronyms.
Yeah, man, they nail that, no doubt.
Lots of time on their hands.
So, direct energy weapons, even nuclear weapons. Who knows what kind of technology is out there? But I know our military and our secret services and our Air Force and all that jazz, they have all the crazy super tech. So that way maybe they could, I don't know, go underwater and blow up something like the Nord Stream pipeline. Or,
Dude.
Dude. Yeah, what's up?
I don't mean to interrupt you. You got me into this. The
direct energy weapon? Oh, yeah,
Bro,
dude.
They have charged and or neutral particle beam.
That's right, man.
weapons.
Yeah.
Holy shit, dude.
We're not making any of this up. You can Google it. They have images of these drones. They look like something out of a sci-fi movie.
And when asked if they're using microwaves and lasers and weapons, the Department of Defense responded, we do use the entire light spectrum. Microwaves and lasers are both part of the electromagnetic spectrum.
And there you have it. Yeah.
Oh, All right, so we're microwaving people.
Folks, I want you to realize there's no such thing as conspiracy theories. All these theories are true. It just takes a matter of looking them up and seeing that our government admits to everything. Aliens, JFK assassinated by the CIA, like drones that microwave us from the air and explode volcanoes. They're controlling the weather and creating fucking snow and rainstorms, man. Like, they have HARP facility in Alaska. This thing's the size of like 10 football fields, and they can send electricity through the stratosphere and create earthquakes, man.
Interesting world we live in today, Frank.
There's no doubt about it, and that's why when I started hearing news about what's going on in Ukraine, we got the celebrity showing up again. They're trying to bring Zelensky back into the news. He's got some fresh new sleeves for summer. He's feeling good, probably a nice new stash of cocaine in one of those pockets. I saw some troubling news out of Ukraine for the first time in a while. I smell Nord Stream pipeline all over again, and that failed attempt to start World War III with that dam explosion we all remember that we forgot about, goldfish memory. They're going to blow up the nuclear plant.
A warning from Ukraine's President Zelensky. He's accusing Russia of preparing to trigger an explosion at Zaporizhia, Europe's largest nuclear plant. That country conducting emergency...
The Russian almost blow up nuke plant.
We need money to stop explosion.
Send money so we don't give more info on Hunter Biden.
He drills this week preparing for the worst case scenario. Here's ABC's Patrick Reevell on the ground in Ukraine.
Tonight, fresh concerns Russia could try to freeze their southern front line by creating a nuclear catastrophe at the Zaporizhia power plant.
About 3 or 4 months ago, they issued those iodine pills to everybody in the Senate and the House. They're preparing, and if everyone remembers, they dished out those satellite phones to all the senators about a month as well ago. So it kind of feels like we have a little insider info on somebody who's going to, I don't know, maybe blow up this nuclear plant. Prepare for a little fallout, folks.
Ukraine's President Zelensky warning just today there is a serious threat. Russia is ready to provoke an explosion at the plant. Ukraine's...
let me decipher this language for you people here. When he says we have some insider info that we think Russia's going to do this, it means the U.S. told us they're about to blow this thing up.
No, the CIA is already in position. They are ready to...
They've set the bombs up. They're going to hit the button. It's about to happen.
Nothing we can do.
And you think I'm kidding? They're doing drills.
Military intelligence chief claiming Russia has finished placing explosives at the plant. Ukraine this week holding emergency drills.
These drills are taking place about 30 miles from the Zaporizhia nuclear plant. You can see that right now they're simulating decontaminating people who have been evacuated, supposedly after a nuclear disaster has happened.
This after last month's explosions at the Kakhovka Dam put the world on notice, creating a humanitarian and environmental disaster, though Russia continues to deny involvement. Ukrainian officials consider nuclear sabotage to be the most drastic response should their current counteroffensive break through Russia's southern lines, where gains have come slowly. This tank battalion of the 35th Marine Brigade assaulting Russian positions last month during intense firefights, taking us to their frontline camp.
A lot of people in the West are saying that the counteroffensive is going slower than they hoped. What do you say to that?
Everything is going to plan, says this tank commander. Everyone expects things will be fast, but that's not how it works. Sooner or later, we will kick them out. America's top general making a similar assessment.
It's going to be very long, and it's going to be very, very bloody. And no one should have any illusions about any of that. Ukraine is fighting for its life.
Rachel, General Milley saying that the US is considering providing cluster munitions to Ukraine, as well as perhaps even longer-range missiles. Milley saying that Russia is using cluster bombs in Ukraine and that some European allies have already been providing them. Rachel?
Oh, wow, okay. So World War III...
So you guys are escalating the war. That's...
Is this not a report saying They did the same thing leading up to the Nord Stream pipeline. They warned about the bombing of that dam. both things happened weeks after they talked about it. They're just priming the public. Here they go. Here's the warning, folks. Enjoy your 4th of July, because the summer's about to get real dark. It's going to be...
Might want to sprinkle some iodine on those hot dogs.
It's just a little weird that they would be out there saying it. They know that Russia's already placed bombs on the nuclear facility.
Well, then go get the bombs. Like, yeah, we'll go, right?
Don't we have James Bond anymore, or anybody in the CIA, like some spies who can go? Do I not
to be
understand?
fair, they're all lined up to do the Joe Rogan show.
That's right, dude. We got no special forces, man. What's going on here? It seems like we've planted the bomb, saying we're going to hit the button. There's going to be a little explosion at the nuclear facility, a whole bunch of fallout. Sounds like our elected officials are prepared for any kind of downwind coming our way. Doesn't seem like we're too prepared as a public. They have
That's a long way for that shit to come here.
Well,
I think we're all right.
I was thinking about those fires in Canada and the smoke, and how, they were really priming everybody for air quality, staying in the home, be scared, don't breathe the air. What a nice little precursor to a fallout event. Oh, everybody, we're locking down. Nuclear time.
Maybe. Yeah.
Nah, I don't know. Crazy stuff.
I don't know. I think they are trying to ramp it up, man.
I don't know anything about. Do you know anything about nuclear fallout in the sense that, like, would it even reach America, or like, does it
no
work?
matter what you would get an increase around the world
of radiation?
But yes, but it wouldn't be here. It wouldn't be enough to affect anything. You're only really think about Chernobyl.
Sure.
Or even think about Japan.
I was thinking Fukushima, right? They just
Nagasaki,
released more radioactive water out of Fukushima. Nobody cares.
I'm just saying, it's not a lot of, as far as airborne, radiation and fallout, it's not what you think.
It's diluted, right? It's kind of where my head is at with it.
Here's a big place.
Yeah, I feel like immediate Europe, maybe places around there won't fare too well if there was some sort of epic explosion at a nuclear facility. I mean, I'm imagining an explosion.
Well, part of the problem is just because of the rotation of the Earth. Most wind currents and weather pushes everything to the east.
Right. Yeah.
So most of the fallout, just like Chernobyl, it would. I mean, the Chernobyl was in Ukraine,
but it affected Russia.
Just like Chernobyl, if you drop a bomb in Ukraine, it's going to hit Belarus and Russia.
Right. So there, once again, just like Nord Stream pipeline, it doesn't make sense for Russia to be placing these bombs at a facility where the fallout would be downwind. It would be coming down onto you and your people.
No, so I'm going to piss in this river, and it's right above where I get my water.
Exactly. So this whole story screams the NATO countries preparing to explode this facility to mess with Russia and the land they've just claimed out of Ukraine.
Yeah, the pipeline for sure was us. That's news now for sure.
And when are we going to admit that it was us that blew up that dam?
Oh, the dam.
Everybody forgot about the dam, dude. We flooded out like an entire village in Ukraine.
Yeah.
We know.
I don't want to be the guy at the bottom. Yeah. People, when you buy a house, look around. Don't ever depend on something like some structure the government has built.
Oh, man. And if you're in a war zone between the United States and Russia, you can, guarantee that you will be part of the sabotage. There's no doubt.
I don't know, because where did they... is the 101st Airborne still there?
I don't know. I've only seen online all sorts of troop movements, not just throughout the United States, but also in Europe. And, a lot of the border NATO countries, they're gearing up for something. No doubt. And the timeline of events and everything that's kind of transpiring. And now this news story, dude, one of the more unsettling stories I've come across in quite a while. I mean, this is I think this is the elites being like, guys, we're going to blow up a nuke facility. Prepare yourselves. They're telling us they want to be guilt-free on a karma level here, so they had to just be upright with us. Here we go. We're blowing it up.
We moved a lot of troops into Romania, apparently.
Romania? And geographically, I don't even know where Romania is,
Dude, I'm not trying to be a genius here. I had to look it up. I have no idea. So Ukraine, the western part makes like this peninsula. The northern part of that peninsula is Poland. We have the 101st Airborne there. Then the southern part of that is Romania. So we also have troops there. And then Romania has the coast along the Black Sea, which would give us access also into like Crimea.
All right, man. Gearing up for
crazy.
Something.
I mean, something's going on. I don't know. Why are we putting... Well.
We keep exploding things to try and push the Russians into some sort of attack mode. And Putin seems to be sitting back and being patient, and he's not taking the bait. He knows what will go, or what will unfold if he were to retaliate on some level. That's, again, I think they're gonna blow up this nuke facility. It's gonna go down onto Russia, right, and Belarus, I think you said, and then he'll probably not react. And then the Americans and NATO are going to have to just do something even more dramatic at some point sooner rather than later, because they need this world war to happen. Whatever is being planned, and maybe it is this Agenda 2030, and they want us all into this one world order and nonsense, the destabilization of these major Western cities and countries, and then we're going to do this nuke war with Russia, take out Russia. That it's all really kind of being sped up, it seems like. And Putin, who's been the number one voice out there saying, we're not going to be a part of this new world order, he keeps not taking the bait. I think he knows, like, the second I pull the trigger on something big, it's all out. It's all in, actually. Everybody's going to, go for that World War III, man. They want it. I don't know why, but you could just feel it. They want it. Dude.
They do need it. They need the reset. They need to steal wealth from these countries,
Yeah, so there was a clip going around this weekend of, I think he works in the State Department, or he's former Navy, former military. I can't remember the guy's name. But he did some podcast, and he was talking about how he believes, that there's not going to be an election in 2024, and that there's going to be some cataclysmic event or some sort of major event that will just it'll cause the elections to just not happen.
Yeah.
So
I mean, they really yeah.
Never know.
They're trying.
They're trying because I think they're scared of what's coming down for the election next year. Dude, we are entering election season territory. Do you not realize that? Like, it's pretty much upon us at this point.
Yeah, I think it starts more next year.
Wasn't it for 2020? The election for 2020 started in 2016.
We were in the middle of COVID, Frank. Come on, it was COVID.
So the big thing heading into this new election.
Plus we had Hitler as president, dude. I mean,
he's running again, man. And mini Hitler, De Sanctimonious is in there, man. It's going to be a crazy year going forward. 1 year from now, we're going to have all those deep fakes out there, and Trump will probably be arrested for something in New York, I can only imagine.
or one of the 9 other districts that are investigating him. They're still investigating him about Ukraine. I can't believe it.
How is that even possible?
Because of the phone call he made to find evidence of Joe Biden.
Well, but we have
you guys
found
are
all
not
that.
going after the Joe Biden corruption. You're going after the guy who tried to get evidence for it.
Yeah, but the evidence has been found. Like, it's out there. Like, there's a lot of corruption. He was right, actually. Like, how did he even get impeached
when
for that?
he did it by breaking the law, apparently. I don't know. It was like, don't you remember we did a whole impeachment on it?
I honestly remember nothing of the second impeachment. I was so disgusted by it that it just didn't make sense. That's when they brought out Vindman, isn't it? When did Vindman hit the scene?
I don't even remember Vindman.
Lieutenant Vindman. He was the Ukrainian Russian spy or whatever. He worked. I don't know. Man, the stories have been so fantastical. They put together these just unreal scripts for the Trump collusion thing, man.
Dude, the fact that they just impeached Joe Biden is just as stupid as when they did it to Trump. But Trump is still referred to as the twice impeached president. Can never stop hearing enough about his impeachments. They're impeaching Trump. Biden, I mean.
Oh, they're going through with it?
It passed the House.
Right, but are they actually going to, doesn't it have to pass the Senate, or I can't remember.
None of fucking Trump's, no, that's like the whole thing is he got impeached. Like, Joe Biden just did this. This now counts as Joe Biden's one impeachment. So now you can't say, you know what I mean? If you're going to say, every time you introduce Trump as the twice impeached, now you have to introduce Joe Biden as the once impeached.
Well, see, impeachment is now racist, right? Nobody cares. It means nothing. Impeachment means nothing. It means as much as being a racist means now. Congrats. Nice job, Democrats.
Right?
That's exactly what that means. What a joke our democracy is right now. And thank God we have moms out there. Mike, are you familiar with the Moms of Liberty?
No.
You can't get more Republican than this.
Tonight in Philadelphia, the latest battle in the culture wars.
They want to teach cis white history and erase anything else.
They have messed with the right people. Moms.
The second annual convention for Moms for Liberty is drawing top Republican presidential candidates.
Don't mess with America's moms. Does that make sense? I know exactly what they're talking about.
2024 is going to be the year when the parents across this country finally fight back.
Tina Descovich and Tiffany Justice started the group in 2021 in Florida as a way to fight COVID restrictions. But since then, Moms for Liberty says it's expanded to 285 chapters across 44 states with more than 120,000 members. Among other things, the organization now battles what it calls the indoctrination of children on topics such as race, gender, and sexuality. It's advocated removing what it deems inappropriate books from school libraries.
We are disrupting the balance of power in public education.
But there have been multiple reports of members harassing teachers and school board members.
We are engaging these moms. They haven't had media training.
Earlier this month, an Indiana chapter apologized for quoting Hitler in a newsletter. Also, the Southern Poverty Law Center has now labeled Moms for Liberty an anti-government extremist group.
Extremists! They harm students, they harm communities.
They
spread ideas that are about conspiracy-based, about a tyrannical government that are untrue.
How do you respond to that?
We reject that. Look at our record from last year. We endorsed in 500 school board races. We won 275 of those races. That is exactly what you're supposed to do in our political process.
The group is billed as a grassroots movement, but critics start questioning where the money that's funded its explosive growth is coming from. The nonprofit is not required to disclose its donors.
Wow, man. You simply can't be grassroots on the right, apparently. That's what they're trying to say.
Who's funding all those protests in 2020?
Who funded BLM? I mean? It sounds like it was four people who each own 5 different estates in Malibu now.
Seriously.
Who's funding this? What an absurd take on this. I love the spin they give this. They can't handle the fact that parents are now coming together across the country and saying enough is enough, man. This cultural rot and decay has got to stop. And the parents are the ones who have to rise up and stop it. That's what's happened here.
Yeah, this is insane.
Crazy, huh?
Oh, good. I'm really glad they're out there. I'm glad they're fighting the fight. I can't believe so now they're a terrorist group?
Isn't that insane?
They're on par with Al-Qaeda, Frank.
That's right, man. Yeah. Because
on par with Al Qaeda.
Because they're against teaching kids about gender idealism and, you know, critical race theory. And it's just like, these parents are nut jobs, man. They want their kids to learn math and reading.
That's insane.
Science. History.
That's insane, dude.
Well, good for them. I'm glad that's happening. And like I was saying earlier, it sounds like the push for the election already is in full swing in a lot of places around the country, man. I think a lot has happened over these past few years during this Biden administration that people on the local level are a bit freaked out with the idea of this continuing for 4 more years, man.
Frank, the Biden administration is doing great. As a matter of fact, our parents, they're trying to come home from Yellowstone right now.
Oh, yeah.
They were supposed to come home yesterday morning.
Wow.
Still not home.
I'm going to guess Pete Buttigieg is to blame for this one.
Frank, I'm so glad you brought that up, because I'm here to tell you, Frank, of everybody in the world, he is not to blame.
So you mentioned the weather, but the CEO of United Airlines blamed FAA staffing issues after they canceled almost 800 flights on Tuesday. Is that also part of the problem?
Well, the data that we have, and even the data from the airline industry, suggests that ATC staffing issues account for less than 10% of the delay minutes that you see. So it is a factor, and a factor that we're working very aggressively on. One thing that I do agree with airline leadership on is that we need to get more resources, both for staffing and technology, to the FAA. And there's a reauthorization bill actually right now working its way through Congress that would help with that. But I want to be very clear that ATC staffing issues are not the main cause. They're not even the number 2 cause of these delays. And in the case of United, what you saw is that they...
Wow.
So the airlines are like, this is our number 1 issue. And then Pete Buttigieg comes out. He's like, that's not even number 1 or not. What are you talking about? And it was too long of a clip. I cut it, but he does go on to say how everybody who flies this 4th of July weekend should be happy to know if they do cancel your flight, they all the major airlines, they promised Pete Buttigieg that they would make sure to give you a hotel, food.
That's right. All flights will actually be diverted to New Lebanon, Ohio. New Palestine, Ohio.
All the water you can drink. That's right. Don't you love that, though?
Yes, dude.
We talked to all the airlines, and they said one of our big problems is FAA. They're having problems with the shortages of, like, you know, the the towers, what do you call it? The control people?
Yeah, the control towers. They have a lack of pilots, is what I've been reading into. They have a serious problem and issue with a lack of pilots, and it's because they introduced something a couple years ago. People may not remember it. It was called the vaccine mandate. Very controversial. Yes. And a lot of these pilots just said, no thanks, I'm moving on to a new career.
We're still feeling, you know what I think people didn't realize? A lot of these pilots had degrees and shit, and they just went and got different jobs.
Yes, man.
And then they didn't come back when you got rid of your stupid mandate. Remember when y'all sat on your fucking high horse and said, where are you going to go? There were always companies willing to hire unvaccinated people.
Yeah, I don't think people realized that was happening. Those of us who chose to opt out of this medical experiment called the mRNA vaccine, though we were ostracized from our communities and our jobs and many restaurants and sporting events, we were able to continue living and found other means and ways and places to exist and thrive. And we knew that society would catch up to us in the reality, and everybody would leave their fantasy land and wake up to to the truth, which is you were all lied to and poisoned. That's what happened.
I know, seriously.
And the people who opted out quietly, many of us just said nothing and left wherever we were, and people didn't hear from us for about a year. Well, it's because we didn't want to stir the pot. We didn't want to poke the bear. We just wanted to leave everybody to their own choices. Whatever choice you made, you were left with that choice. That's what the vaccine program was, man. You either lined up for it or you didn't. And those of us who didn't were challenged by society to the max. And those of you who lined up felt real fucking good about yourselves being able to show your little card to go get tapas at the restaurant.
Rubbed it in our fucking faces. Did I hear it? You know, the union was really big on it. A lot of companies forced it. I hear a lot of guys are like, "You didn't get it?" No, no. Because I don't know, man. When the workers stand up, they got no choice.
The pressures from the government, from society, from the communities, from families, nothing like it in the modern era, man. And congratulations to everybody out there who held their ground. It was a tough go, and we're not out of it yet. You've argued, and it's kind of popped up in my head here and there, the idea that they know exactly who took it and exactly who didn't, and they're gonna come after eventually for those who didn't. And that's a scary thought to have, And it's
can't have free thinkers.
No, that's
nothing
right,
worse for a fucking tyrannical government than a free thinker.
Yeah, man,
You gotta
absolutely.
think about it. And that's why they want to shut down. That's why Twitter works so hard to shut down any kind of free thought.
Oh yeah, they have AI algorithms in place that are just scrubbing it at all times. Whatever you're.
Did you hear about
tweeting.
the fucking Egyptian artifacts found in the Grand Canyon?
So you've kind of tossed this my way before privately. Enlighten me a little bit on these bad boys.
So back in it goes back to middle 1800s. This archaeologist guy, he goes through the Grand Canyon. He's looking for ancient Indian tribe artifacts, right?
Oh yeah.
He finds this man-made cave that's carved out of the rock. That's incredible, right? And supposedly he took documents, everything. All right, go back now. A few decades later, it's 1909, something like that. This guy, he reads about it. He decides he's going to go down the Grand Canyon, right, and find this cave. He finds it, and both of them talk about finding Egyptian-like hieroglyphs in these fucking caves, right?
That's wild
and
stuff.
The guy in the early 1900s supposedly walks through this cave, then enters this area where there's this giant pyramid, right? And it's an Egyptian pyramid with all the Egyptian everything, right? He was an archaeologist. This guy knew what he was doing.
Wait, he entered a cave in the Grand Canyon, and on the other end of this cave was a pyramid inside the Grand Canyon?
You go through this cave, and it's the size of a stadium, right? They carved out this cave, and then you walk through this giant tunnel, and you enter this area that actually opens up. 'Cause you know how the canyon's got all these offshoots and everything?
Yeah, man.
So you enter this open area where they built this this pyramid, and this story comes out in the Smithsonian, and it goes around the world, and then the U.S. government and everybody says it was a lie, it was a hoax. They boarded it, they fucking fenced it off, and nobody's been allowed in there since.
Wow.
So you still can't go to see it, and now they're just saying that it's bullshit. But apparently, a few years ago, another guy found another spot where he claims that's why it's coming back in the news, because this guy found this other spot that he claims was a dugout by ancient Egyptians, because you could see the hieroglyphs in the cave.
That is wild stuff.
And the best part is that if it's true, it means it wasn't really the ancient Egyptians. The people that built the pyramids and all those hieroglyphs we're looking at, they go way back, and they probably ruled. The reason the shit in South America, North America, all the shit looks the same. There was probably a country that ruled the world at one point.
Yes, it just dominated the whole globe and built these massive structures, and maybe the globe itself was unified.
Could have been under one,
just under one consciousness.
Those things you see of the people coming in from space. Maybe aliens came and wiped out a world civilization.
For sure, man. Well, they had to jettison from Mars. They wrecked Mars, so they all got on their ships. They flew over to Earth and decided
if only the
just...
Martians had a Greta Thunberg. This all could have been avoided.
How dare you? You know, you got to start saying it right, my man. You're a bigot. It's Greta Thunberg.
Thunberg.
Yeah, man. I dig the idea of the one major culture dominating. Kind of makes you even think, like, do we even really know anything about our ancient histories with the Romans and the Greeks and these Egyptians?
Well, so these people that we call the ancient Egyptians do not call them Egyptians.
What do they call them?
They're like a whole different race, like not race, but you know what I mean. The people they call the people that built the pyramids, they're like a whole separate, because they're from so long ago. They're like,
wow, yeah,
almost not even human. A lot of speculation is these things were built during a time when you had humans, Neanderthals, all these other, humanoid species living together. It might have not been Homo sapien that even built them.
Right, and it could have been some sort of alien hybrid. Potentially, actually, aliens could have come here and,
Well,
mixed.
I'm more thinking like, there was a time where there's many different forms of humans, like the Neanderthals, the Homo sapiens, there's that other one. Like, maybe at one point there's like 60 of us living together. Maybe we were just the best at war. Maybe there was another one that was really good at building.
Yeah, good call, man. Absolutely. And they just couldn't.
And that's why we're the only ones left.
The idiots who could just fight to the death.
Oh, the dumb monkey always wins.